Hi guys, we're on to the 6th episode now, I believe, of House of the Dragon. This is season 2. Last episode was like the debrief sort of episode after the big drama episode where we had the dragons beefing, Rhaenys dying, Aegon nearly dying. He's in a bad place right now. He's covered in burns. He could just about say one word last episode. Mummy. It was very sad. And it seems Aemond has taken over as regent. Who knows how that's going to go. I mean, I feel like he'd be relatively competent, honestly. I think he won't be terrible. I mean, he is a freak, like, actually quite a horrific, scary guy. But as leader, I think, you know, he knows things. He's somewhat wise to war stuff, compared to Aegon at least. Aegon didn't really know anything, did he? But on the other side, we had Rhaenyra not doing much again. Nothing new, really. She's like, what do I do? What do I do? She wanted to go out and fight. Her council were like, no, don't go fight, you're the queen. Her son went off and handed over Harrenhal basically to the Freys in return for like complete control of their bridge. The two of them were plotting at the end to maybe find some like stray Targaryens here, there, wherever, and possibly put them onto some of their bigger dragons. They need more dragons. I have a feeling that's gonna lead to us seeing that bloke that we saw a few episodes ago, the Targaryen bastard, perhaps. Why would they introduce him if not for him to play a bigger role later on? So I feel like that's going to come into play. Also, she sent off some spies or her like maiden to go off and spread some rumours over in King's Landing. Something's going to come from that. The people in King's Landing are not happy. Typical. They're hungry. Fair enough. Can't blame them. And then finally we have Daemon doing his usual thing. And he seems to be very much team me right now. I'm supporting myself, Rhaenyra, who gives a shit. But he also fucked up in strategy when like dealing with the Brackens and the Blackwoods. So a lot of the River Lords have turned against him. He's not great at this whole trying to get people to like him thing, which you kind of need to be leader. Or you can go for the fear thing, but the fear thing doesn't seem to be working here. They don't like him, and they're not going to support him. I mean, we're past like the halfway point now, aren't we? So I'm curious to see where they're going to go with this. I have a packet of prawn cocktail. So I'm going to enjoy this whilst we're watching. I hope it doesn't make too much noise, but yeah. This is the Lannisters. Exciting. The Lannisters haven't played a huge part in House of the Dragon so far. Obviously they had a massive role in Game of Thrones, and they were my favourite family, even though they were like the villains. I just liked all the characters.
I have 500 fighting men, armed, full of spirit.
I bring 1,000 knights of my own, arms.
A lion?
By the time we have...
I suppose you will make for Harrenhal at once.
I want you to send a raven to King's Landing. Tell my brother we are ready to march as soon as Prince Aemond is able to join us on Vhagar.
They're only willing to do it if they have Vhagar.
He dares to summon me.
Oh, he's not happy.
Are the Lannisters so diminished that they cannot march from the Tooth to Harrenhal without an escort?
That's what I was thinking.
It does seem
I am the Prince Regent, not a dog to be called to heel. Tell your brother that if he does not deliver his host to Harrenhal with haste, Daemon's dragon will become the least of his worries.
This isn't going to
We
be
will
good.
make an alliance with the Triarchy. I've had enough of this cursed blockade.
Cannot mean to treat with the free cities. They're dangerous mercenaries. A little more than pirates.
They are a stone's throw away across the narrow sea. The Triarchy will delight in a chance to terrorize the sea snake again.
This could be a good move
Let
for
them
him.
weaken his blockade.
The Triarchy may play at accepting terms,
But
but
they're
they
not
are not to
trustworthy.
be trusted. Your father knew this. What has come of our letters to the Greyjoys?
They have been to no avail.
The Greyjoys. I forgot about them. Yeah, don't they have like the best navy?
Out of the question.
What's out of the question? I need to hear
Even
that.
if the block... An offer of marriage, perhaps, to the Dowager Queen.
An offer of marriage.
Out of the question.
Fair enough.
It's time you set out for Harrenhal, I think.
He's saying get out. We don't need you here.
Your Grace, if Daemon prevails in the Riverlands, I no longer have the numbers to challenge him.
Take what strength we have and force Daemon and his Riverlords to fight on two fronts.
And you yourself.
You'll stay
I'll
here.
fly out to meet you when the time is right. My uncle is a challenge I welcome, if he dares face me.
I think Aemond and Daemon should beef together. I'd like to watch that.
Mother,
Oh,
a word.
is he going to force her to take up that marriage proposal thing? That'd be pretty fucked.
Boldness is one thing, but
Remind
overconfidence...
me of your place on the small council.
Is he kicking her out? No. Oh, he's like properly playing the villain right now.
You have the impetuousness of youth and its arrogance, neither of which is to be desired
I
in a
release you
king.
of your seat, such as it was.
He doesn't even make eye contact with
Sure
her.
you'll be much pleased to return to more domestic pursuits.
Fuck off! Oh my god, I hate these guys.
Have the indignities of your childhood not yet sufficiently been avenged?
The only time she shows him kindness is when he's kicking her out. Girl, what do? You literally are so powerless. Switch sides?
Bring him forth!
Ooh. Bring him forth.
Sir Stephen Darklin, your grace.
Hi.
I need more dragon riders. For Vermithor and Silverwing, and for Seasmoke, who I believe misses his bond. The Darklins and the Targaryens had some common blood. Your grandmother's grandmother, Ariana, was born a Targaryen princess.
This is a bit of a stretch, isn't it?
And I have been thinking.
I must protest, Your Grace, the risk involved in such a venture.
Well, he's going to say yes. Look, he's
I am
excited.
but a man. Your Grace honours me beyond what I deserve.
Give it a go. If the dragon doesn't like you, does it kill you?
Before. To claim a dragon, you must also be prepared to die.
Okay, yeah. What do you think the chances are that he'll succeed as this Daemon? Brother? Viserys? Didn't I say a few episodes ago that I bet he'll come back? Is this him young or like old? When he's like
heir for a day.
He's young.
Did you say it? You should have been at my side, but instead you chose to celebrate your own rise, laughing at me. Laughing with the whores.
Wasn't that like back in like episode 2 or 1?
You
or
have
something?
no allies at court but me. I decided to name a new heir.
Oh, the Rhaenyra thing.
You are to return to Runestone.
Oh, I miss him. He was the best character, genuinely. So is Daemon thinking about this moment because he regrets...
Open the door!
Hodor. Is it like he regrets having said the heir for a day thing, or is it he regrets, or he's upset about the day that he lost his right to be heir and it was given to Rhaenyra? Is it guilt or is it anger and resentment?
What are you playing at, old man?
I do wonder, Your Grace, if you're getting enough sleep.
Clearly not.
Old place.
Are you mocking me?
To what end?
To mine, perhaps.
Leave him alone.
You resent my being here.
Fuck off. Everyone resents your being anywhere. No one likes you.
Or are you
So
still
he's
in league
paranoid.
with your club-footed nephew, or is it Rhaenyra herself? Shocking.
Rhaenyra as if she's his #1 enemy. Is he finally leaving this place?
The ghosts, the curses, the blasted weirwood bed, I'm done with it.
Ah, yes, it is your way, is it not? When something does not please you, you run.
Real.
Dragonstone, Stepstones, Pentos, Harrenhal.
I wake and I do not know where I've been. She never even wanted it. The crown. She spared it no thought.
Well, that's perhaps why
She was
your
a
brother
kid.
gave the crown to her. Perhaps those who strive for it are the least suited to wear it.
Don't lecture me! If you have any counsel for dealing with the River Lords, I'd be glad of it.
Really now? You can't do it on your own?
Daemon Targaryen asking for help.
I know, right?
Counsel?
Same thing, bitch.
House Tully is not the largest house in the Riverlands, nor is it the richest, but it is the most stable.
Which is the largest?
But Grover Tully is their Lord Paramount. Without him, they will never raise their banners as one.
Go to the old
Made of
man.
mud.
Kill
They'd
him off
rather
or
die
something.
stuck in.
Then I can do nothing.
You, no.
She's an owl. Okay, Hedwig.
In 3 days' time, the winds will shift.
Was she gonna do something? What's gonna happen to this guy? Is he gonna die? Probably. The Tully guy, that is. Oh, this is like a proper process that we have to do? You can't just hop onto the dragon the way that Aemon did. What's the, like, success rate when it comes to people trying to become the dragon rider? He probably is gonna die, let's be real, right? Is this the same dragon that we saw Daemon with last season? That one was huge. He doesn't speak High Valyrian. Isn't that a huge disadvantage?
Seasmoke. Doheras.
Oh, he's trying a bit. It seems to be working. I'm sure a dragon would quite like to not be stuck in this like dungeon area anyway, so they can't be too picky with who their dragon rider is. I have a feeling something's going to go wrong here. Seasmoke is going to change his or her mind.
I've done it.
I was right. She's so amazed. Or horrified.
This ship will sail in a few days' time.
The blockade is sure to be challenged, be it by lions or kraken.
I wish you to sail with me, as my first mate.
That's my son.
There are more experienced men at your service.
See, no, he's an Epo baby. He clearly doesn't want to do it. Oh, here he is. We got the bastard guy. So this girl here is the one that Aegon raped last season, right? I wouldn't have known if I hadn't have seen Twitter, to be honest.
I don't think I can
completely forgot
stomach
about
it,
her.
lass. Makes you sick, doesn't it? Knowing they're banqueting every night at the castle, while we go without. Feasting and merriment for the new Prince Regent.
And Daemon was acting so correct.
She's lying.
Apologies, my good man.
She's the prostitute lady.
I should not have spoken so free. The royals would never countenance me speaking about their bounty.
She's trying to get him to say something.
loved his feasts.
She's baiting him, but I don't know what she wants him to say.
Sea Smoke has fled Dragonstone.
Really?
And Sir Stefan was a valiant knight.
L.
Most regrettable.
That's a big
If
L.
perhaps foreseeable. I myself, if you recall, was in favour of treating with Lord Mutton, not as sensational.
But not as much of a failure.
His numbers were few, but we may yet retake.
Oh! No way. A bitch slap?
It is my fault, I think, that you have forgotten to fear me.
I like that. We should see more bitch slaps in the show. Less beheadings, more bitch slaps.
Might there not be others among the highborn of the Seven Kingdoms?
And who will be so foolish as to try? After hearing what befell Sir Stefan.
Also, your dragon's flown away. I feel like that's the bigger tragedy here. You've won fewer dragons.
I will look again.
He cannot destroy his own city.
Either can we overthrow him?
Maybe not. But it is harder to wage war abroad when you must also keep peace at home.
That's Hugh's wife.
What? They haven't run out, have they?
Nothing. There ain't nothing left.
Ah!
Got enough sheep for your dragons then, but none for us.
Oh,
Where's
they're for
our
the dragons.
The small folk have become restless. There is not food enough in the city.
Riots, perhaps?
Those with
Communist uprising, perhaps?
The enemy without may be fought with swords. The enemy within is more insidious.
Why is this anger directed at us? It is Rhaenyra the Pretender who ordered the gullet closed and left them all to starve.
They still look to you to ensure their well-being. That is the burden of authority.
Yeah.
But you should
Also,
not
the
go
rumours
it
are being
alone.
spread against you.
Your Grace has yet to name a hand.
Little patience for the self-important, Lord Larys, and even less for flatterers and link spittles.
Oh!
But you are, as it happens, correct. And make it your responsibility.
My prince, it is an honor I'd never considered for
Well,
myself.
not to serve as hand, you toad.
Lol.
To fetch him.
Get fucked.
Send word to Otto Hightower.
Oh,
My
no
grandsire
way.
may be overcautious, but his devotion to his family has never been in doubt.
Yeah, get fucked. Let's go. Otto's back.
That His Grace the King has regained consciousness this morning.
How long before he kills him?
He is stronger than I thought.
Well, happy news. I need to murder him right now. What the fuck is that? Oh, are these the lettuce leaves that they used? Or carriage leaves, whatever they are? I don't need the close-ups on this. I can use my imagination. Oh, he's here immediately. Oh, he's actually not too bad. He doesn't want to be near you. They shouldn't be allowed in a room together alone.
What do you remember?
I remember you trying to kill me, bitch. He's gonna be too afraid to say anything, is he?
Nothing.
Yeah. Oh, he's such a horrible person. In a way, it equals the playing field now, because they're both deformed. Yeah,
Even
your
if
life
they
is
are,
pretty
we're
chill
not
right
what we
now.
would
Don't
choose
worry
for
about
ourselves.
it. This little Joffrey.
Meaning no offense.
Let the kid play Roblox.
I want mother.
I want mother. L, I
I know
guess.
it's difficult, but it...
It's a skeleton. A dragon's been here. Oh, look at the baby dragon. Oh.
Prince Reggio has answered your letter. He'll be most pleased to shelter Rhaenyra's youngest sons in Pentos.
You misled me, my lady. There is a large dragon in the Vale.
Rumour of it began shortly after the war, ranging more broadly for food.
What, a stray?
My master's surmise.
Is she gonna try and take that dragon?
Lord Corlys has chosen to raise you up, to serve alongside him, and yet you still continue this subterfuge.
Is he hiding his white hair?
Don't want my men to get the wrong idea.
Ah, so this one's not a bastard, just this guy. They're
Just
half
like
brothers.
The Driftwood Throne. We spend the whole of our lives in the shadow of the Sea Snake's great castle.
So they do know,
Not wish to dwell in it any longer.
but he doesn't care for it.
The Sea Snake would sooner have High Tide claimed by the sea than call us his sons.
Oh, they are both the sons. Okay.
Stop wasting your life waiting for something that'll never come.
How come one of them's only one of them has the white hair? Is this a weird genetics thing? That waist, snatched. What are you gonna do? She's just moping a lot, isn't she?
It was a bold attempt. I admire you for it. They say you struck Lord Bartimus today.
Oh yeah, that was fun.
In view of the staff and guard. And what did he say?
Nothing really. He just said, yeah, you fucked up, which is true.
I have tired of being protected. For a certainty, I cannot remain here, pacing the floors, waiting for defeat and despair to visit me.
Oh, don't be ridiculous.
I'm doing all I can.
We will still never match the strength of the Green Armies. We need Daemon and his dragon.
Just go to Harrenhal for
even
fuck's
1
sake.
hour of the constant refrain of Daemon, Daemon, Daemon.
Your Grace.
What?
My queen, our gift is sent.
What is the gift? What has she done?
What gift?
Something big's gonna happen in King's Landing, isn't it?
Let us hope for clouds over the Blackwater tonight.
Clouds? Why? Are they sneaking a dragon into... Maybe they bring in loads of food and stuff into King's Landing. Like, and it says specifically, this is all from Rhaenyra to you guys. We want to help you. Yeah, look, it's a boat full of, like, supplies and shit with the Targaryen flag, so everybody knows it's from them. Very smart. I thought they'd give a little bit more than that, but okay. Let's go. See? My predictions. Oh, there are tons of them. Good, good. I was gonna say, just one boat isn't gonna be enough. Now she's moping all the time. At least her dad's gonna come back.
My letters to my father.
I have sent ravens again to Highgarden and to Old Town. There has been no word from Sir Otto as of yet.
Interesting. Look at the lighting. It's very cool. Maybe she'll be kinder to her son now that he's like this. Her hair's up. She hasn't done like that in a while.
I wondered if you've heard from father. I've sent ravens to Highgarden and Old Town, but had no reply.
If he wrote letters, it would be to you. You were always his favourite.
Strange there has been no word.
Otto
Is he okay?
Hightower is ever resourceful.
My son Daemon.
Yeah, what about him? Like, what's the deal there?
What's he like?
Good question. What the fuck is he like?
Does he not write to you? 10 and 6 now.
16, okay.
Letters perhaps hold less of his interest. As adept with his lute as he is with his sword.
He's a musician.
And a feature in the fancies of many a young lady, I'll wager.
Let's meet him.
He's kind.
Hallelujah. At least one of them is kind.
Kindness is a quality I found lacking in his brothers.
Yep.
You did well to send him to ward. Yes, it seems the Red Keep may be a less than salubrious environment for the forming of young men.
Was it the court? Was it their mother?
I think it's the mother. But the court doesn't help. It's nice to see them two talking, for once. I'm wondering about the significance about her hair, because she's had it down for so long. It just feels so different now that it's braided up. No one gives a shit about you. Turn around. Leave.
I thought we might light a candle for Egon.
He's not dead yet.
And all our lost souls.
This goddamn dog. Here we go, food time. Apples.
You, where'd you get that food? Rhaenyra's ships. Ships? They came ashore in the middle of the night with gifts from the Queen.
Your Graces, we must leave. Now.
You're surrounded.
There's the Queen of Fishes!
Embarrassing. Ooh. They better not get...
Get off!
No!
Fucking hell.
Sheathe your swords!
That's not going to help the situation at all.
Sheathe your swords!
Wow. Oh, we're going to get a massacre here. The people are hungry, man. What can you do? She get cut, Comrade Rhaenyra.
The Grand Maester instructed me to.
The king will be most eager for his draft in an hour.
No, don't listen to him. These guys are evil.
The drink takes the pain away. It dulls your mind.
Oh, has he decided to side with Aegon now because it's clear Aemon doesn't like him?
But I'm afraid you will never be whole. But you will never run again. Your mind is all that remains to you.
Like you.
Do not say that gladly. I came screaming into the world from the bowels of one of Harren's great towers.
He's getting emotional, look at him.
My lungs were strong, but my foot so twisted that my father named it sorcery.
Like when Tyrion was born.
And they will underestimate you, and this will be your advantage. No. Your brother rules in your place now, which means that your life is in danger.
Yes.
But I think you know that.
Interesting scene. Is this when Emma died? We're still doing this, Daemon? I literally don't give a shit.
Sorrowful news from Riverrun, my king.
What?
Lord Grover is dead.
Shocker. So she did it, Alice.
Our own healer, Alice Rivers, volunteered her renowned skills.
Of course she did.
She plied her craft, but there was not more to be done.
Is he crying? How bizarre. What's wrong with him? This is the most emotional I've ever seen him be. Who's Dragon? Sea smoke? Oh fuck. Is it chasing him? Am I right in thinking that Sea Smoke used to be what's his name's dragon? Do you remember Rhaenyra's first husband? Wasn't it his dragon? So I guess since this guy is his half-brother, perhaps he wants you as the rider? You have the same blood, really. What was his name? Laenor? Seasmoke wants you. Isn't that crazy? They can sniff him out.
It is as we hoped, a warning to the usurpers that you have strength beyond what they accredited. I thought you'd be pleased.
I do not think I can win this war.
I think you are tired.
My own son questions my capabilities. I fear he may have turned against me.
It is more his way to disappear.
In either case, I have lost him. We cannot take on Vhagar alone.
Well, now you got Seasmoke.
And I have no army.
You have
With
the Velaryon fleet and the men who fight in it.
How will I rule a kingdom when my own son doubts me?
You have me.
Gay.
You have my thanks.
I've been seeing those Rhaenyra Alicent edits. I've been seeing them.
It was my father.
What was?
He had his pleasure with me.
That's not nice.
And when after many months of this, it became evident that his seed had taken root. I cannot bear children. He left me for dead.
I'm so sorry.
I swore to myself I would never trust another. And that oath has stood me well. You have seen me as worthy, as an equal even.
I wouldn't go that far.
Because of that, I will serve you.
Hug? Okay. Gay. This is lingering quite a bit. Wait a second. Wait, I was joking. Wait a fucking second. Really? No way. I was joking. Okay. Sure. Oh shit.
Begging
Oh
your
shit.
pardon.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
Your Grace, the dragon Seasmoke has been sighted flying over Spicetown.
Spicetown.
Yes, he does that.
He has a rider.
Yeah, for real.
Who?
Impossible to tell from the ground.
Adam.
The Greens?
I don't know who else it could be.
Oh no, they're gonna think it's a green person. It's not a green. It's not a green.
Mother!
Well, she's going to deal with him herself? It's been a long time since we've seen Rhaenyra on a dragon. Okay. I like this subtitle. Light, curious music is playing. I feel like there was so much going on that episode. I was trying to remember everything that happened. The first one that comes to mind is Rhaenyra bye. I wonder if that's something they would have done in the original show. Taken that route with it. I mean, it doesn't make much of a difference to the story anyway, does it? So, yeah, Rhaenyra bye. Okay, great. Moving on. Dragon. Seasmoke. Yeah, I knew it wasn't going to work out with that guy. I had a bad feeling about it. I was like, you're going to be on fire soon. And I was right. I didn't anticipate Seasmoke going off and then choosing Adam instead. I didn't know that they could do that. Like, they have some spidey senses. The only reason why I know about Seasmoke belonging to Laenor is because the other day I saw this graphic that had all the different dragons that were on the show, basically, with all their names and all their different sizes and like who's rider for each one. I don't remember most of it, but I do think that Seasmoke used to belong to Laenor, which is why he no longer has a rider. But yeah, no, that makes sense that he would pick Adam, since there's blood there between Laenor and him. They share the same dad. Kind of makes sense. I guess that sort of means that Alan as well could potentially be a dragon rider. I don't know why I didn't consider the two of them before. I kind of forgot that they sort of had Targaryen blood in them. But we've also got that bastard guy, the Targaryen bastard in King's Landing. And the fact that he returned in this episode today, it's inevitable. That man's going to be on a dragon soon. Trust. We were building up to that whole thing in King's Landing, so that wasn't too surprising either. I think it also sort of plays into the fact that we've been complaining kind of this season about how little security there is around the royalty. So we sort of saw that kind of come to show there a bit with Alicent and Helena sort of getting ambushed. So, yes. I don't know, I was a little bit worried there that someone might actually attempt to kill them, but it was okay in the end. But it's good that they're shaken up a bit. I wonder what would have happened if it was Aemond in that situation and not the two women. Aemond always has his sword by his side, so he probably would have just started swinging about, killing a bunch of people, and that wouldn't have been very good, would it? He's not a likeable person. But I think one of the more interesting scenes was actually the one between Larys and Aegon, because Larys is so clearly desperate for power and he wanted to be Hand, He tried it with Aegon, didn't really work out. Aegon, for whatever reason, gave it to Sir Criston instead. Aemond, on the other hand, is a bit more astute, and so Larys tries again with him. Aemond's astuteness means that he can see straight through Larys, knows exactly what Larys is about, said, I don't need you, I'm going to take on someone who I really do trust, actually has my best interest in heart, and that would be my own grandfather, Otto. And so Larys realising, oh, because he can see right through me, there's no way I can try and do some grifting on this kind of thing. So let me go back to number one option, Aegon, who obviously is the weaker option right now. I do think there was something genuine there with the way he was talking about how Aegon's never going to be respected anymore because he's like physically deformed. Yeah, it was really reminiscent of the kind of thing that Tyrion used to talk about when he was born and how he was, what did they used to call him? I can't remember. They used to like give him horrible names. It was very reminiscent of that, and obviously everyone likes Tyrion. Great guy. He was my favourite character in the original show. It sort of makes Larys a little bit more likeable, which is an achievement because he's not likeable at all. It was just humanizing, and I liked that. And I know that Aegon isn't his first choice of who he wants to latch onto for power, but I think at the same time he feels slight. There's obviously something now tying him and Aegon together because they both have a similar situation with how they're going to be underestimated and things like that. But he's saying to Aegon, you can use this to your advantage, and it's true, he can. Unfortunately, Aegon's never been a particularly wise person, so the extent to which he can use this to his advantage is to be seen. I think with Larys on his side, truly on his side, working for him, that will help a lot. I think Larys is a very good ally to have, but also he has Aemond, who straight up just wants to murder him, and there's only so much Larys can do about that. It's very clear. Everybody knows that Aemond wants him dead. It was interesting, Alicent, now that she's been rejected by everyone, she's starting to realise how maybe I fucked up as a mother. Maybe you did, hun. Maybe you did. I saw a crazy edit about how the way Alicent is as a mother to her kids and how this sort of reflects how she was treated by Otto. And then it was a comparison to Kendall Roy from Succession. Blew my mind. Genuinely blew my mind. And then it made me, I've never been an Alicent hater really from the start. I know a lot of people are. I've never actively hated her. I think she's very much in a situation where there's only so much she can do. I think that for the people out there who are Alicent haters might potentially make them sympathise with her a little bit more, or sort of understand her situation, humanise her a little bit more, because Kendall Roy was also a fucking arsehole to his kids. He was basically absent, but we always felt for him and we didn't judge him too much for that, because we know the context of how he was brought up, and it's sort of like a generational thing that passes on down to each child. So I think it's a similar situation here with Alicent. Obviously the stakes are a lot higher here with Alicent as well. Also we bring in the fact that she's a woman, and no one ever brings up the fact that Viserys was a bad dad. It's always that Alicent was a bad mum. Come on guys, feminism, let's do this. But yeah, no, she did fuck up as a mum, she did. We've seen that in both of her sons really. In Aegon, he's just frail and desperate for love, and you just see that in everything he does. In Aemond, we see it in his weird sexual fantasy stuff. Less fantasy, I don't know. His whole thing with being in the whorehouse. We can see from that clearly that he has mummy issues. And also it's a mixture of that, and it's also just childhood bullying and the effects of that. I feel like that's not a good enough excuse to explain the kind of character he is now. Just because you were bullied as a kid doesn't explain you're a fucking arsehole now. It doesn't, in my head at least. I don't know about everyone else. And that's why I always found Aegon to be a little bit more of an intriguing character, because you can see the weakness in him now, whereas with Aemond, he's got such a cold shell around him that he refuses to show any kind of weakness. It's understandable why he does that, but it's less interesting to watch someone who is just so cold like that, so callous. Alicent attempted there by touching his face and, trying to be motherly. He wasn't interested. He took her hand away. Yeah, I wonder how Aemond is going to respond to the whole King's Landing situation. He was saying why are they blaming us? Obviously they know that Rhaenyra's at fault here. Now he's going to know what Rhaenyra's done, but he needs to be pragmatic about it. He's not an idiot. He knows that he can't have all of King's Landing turn against him. But at the same time, I think he has very, very little interest in their well-being. At least Aegon seemed to actually care, When the people were coming to him and saying, we have no sheep, we have no food, he was like, I want to help you. Until Otto calmed him down a bit, said, no, you can't say that. And what else? Daemon, I literally don't care anymore. I do not give two shits. So all we can say about that whole situation is that Tully is now dead, which means we have the kid in charge, and Daemon can probably easily get the kid on his side. That's it, really. I mean, we were all sort of just waiting for that bloke to die, weren't we? The fact that they didn't even show him, it was just like, we literally don't care. He's dead, hooray. Moving on. Corlys has a dragon now, or kinda. His bastard kid is a dragon now. I'm a bit worried though with the Rhaenyra assuming that it was a green person and then going out on her dragon. Like, was she just straight up gonna go beef with Seasmoke? And if that's the case, are we gonna accidentally lose one of our own dragons? Probably not. She'll probably go see, oh wait, that's not a green. And then something will come of that. I think that might be about it. You know, there's some bits and bobs. There was a lot going on, to be fair. There's quite a lot of different threads to this story right now. It's relatively simple to follow. Sometimes I remember in Game of Thrones there were things going on. I was like, where are we now? What are we doing? What's the situation? Whereas I feel like with this one, it's a little bit more simple. Like, I know all the different threads to the story. It all like connects together quite well. Or I'll leave it at that then. I'll see you guys in the next one. Oh yeah, I'm going to be a bit late in releasing the next video because I'm going on holiday for a bit. And I'll end on Rhaenyra is bi, guys. I'm going to get so many Rhaenyra bi edits. It's crazy. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time, and goodbye.